Hey, what's up, guys? It's Next Generation Video Game Nerd, and today I want to talk about two games: Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Rage by id Software. There's been a lot of controversy lately over these two games not offering dedicated servers, and now they're going to be using peer-to-peer, similar to what we have right now on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Now, there's a lot of PC games out there that have had dedicated servers and have failed quite miserably. Now, a lot of these games over time, after a couple of years, will have their servers shut off. Now, of course, I don't think this is going to happen with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or Rage by id Software. But you can kind of see where maybe the problem has led to another very popular title that didn't do that well on the PC, which is Unreal Tournament. Um, is it 3, I guess now they're calling it Unreal Tournament 3. And now that the console is really taking off as, the main platform for FPSs, especially the Xbox 360, and when developers are going to program on Xbox 360, they pretty much all they want to do is port their code, all of their code, over to the PS3 and the PC also. A friend of mine years ago worked for Hasbro Entertainment, and they made like kid games, stuff like that. And my friend was probably pulling in maybe around $50,000 a year as a programmer or so. I'm just guessing. Maybe he was making 40. I don't really know, but I'm just guessing what an average programmer would probably be making. And this was probably about 4, 5, 6 years ago when he told me the story. They were working on a Hasbro game, and it had modem to modem play. And he had to write the code for that, for the modem to modem play. And they had some old code, and they took him off of another project and brought him on to program the code for modem to modem. Now, for these games that have dedicated servers on Modern Warfare 2 and Rage, they're going to have to bring in other teams or bring people over who would know networking stuff and program dedicated server code in there. So if they just program one set of code that's Xbox 360 and then this port, they're going to save money by not hiring extra programmers to program dedicated code for dedicated servers. Now, also the benefit from their standpoint is that they don't have to put up servers, put money up for servers, which was basically how they did it back in the 90s and early 2000s and until Xbox really took off with Xbox Live. Um, I'm thinking, the guys at Activision or Infinity Ward, they don't want to spend a couple $100,000 or more or whatever it is for dedicated servers, and so don't the guys at id. I mean, what if it rages a flop and they spend all this money on servers and nobody's playing on it? I mean, people are still playing Quake 3 on their servers, and that's still a very successful PC game. And you can also look at other very successful PC games, such as World of Warcraft, not the MMO one, the regular strategy one, StarCraft, and Diablo, all dedicated servers. Most of these games you really can't even buy new anymore. I'm pretty sure you can find new copies at Amazon, but they're not really things that are stocked anymore at GameStop or Best Buy or any of these other major retail outlets that you shop at, and there really is no more money coming in for these games at all. So these games are still going strong. I mean, it's basically because the company doesn't want to let them down, because they have a reputation to uphold. But at the same time, they don't want to be locked into paying for these dedicated servers over the next 10 years. So I kind of feel maybe they should work out something like where PC gamers could pay maybe $25, $50 a year for dedicated service, something that would be like Xbox Live where you have a membership, and so many games would support it, like Call of Duty, Rage, and so on, where you pay $50. You have if you want to add a server to the network, you can um, go there and submit your server, and everything checks out. They can be authorized and approved, and people can game on your server. Also, the benefit is that you would probably get some kickback. You would also get a kickback for running a server because these servers would be independently probably run by people like me or you. And let's say I'm paying 10, 20, $30 a month for a GoDaddy gaming server or whatever. I mean, you don't want these servers to go offline because, maybe the guy's like, oh, Christmas is coming up. I got to kind of buy some gifts. I'm going to have to pull my server. So if people were willing to upload, add servers there, they could probably pull all the money and then, separate it somehow. Or it could be done by an independent company where it's like Xbox Live and you pay $50 and they profit from, directly from, the $50 for the dedicated servers. You could do it that way, or you could do it for free, I guess, where you have dedicated servers where people can just randomly, uh, submit their servers. So I mean, I'm not saying I have the answers for dedicated servers, but there's a couple of ideas I'm throwing out. But maybe it would be best if an independent company did come in and did offer dedicated service where they would charge $50 a year and then everything would be maintained and paid for. And, so if you have a game where nobody's barely playing, but for some reason you feel like playing it, you can go and play it. I mean, I have a PS3 and I bought the game Calling All Cars, and Sony is now going to pull the servers off of Calling All Cars the beginning of January of 2010. So anybody's out there has probably about another 6 weeks to play that game, and nobody's playing it. So other games where nobody plays on Xbox Live is something like Doom 3. But occasionally maybe you'll get lucky and find somebody there, and so you pay $50 and the servers are always up and running. But again, Xbox Live doesn't use dedicated servers, they use peer-to-peer, but everything's always running. So maybe a combination of that where it's dedicated servers and you're paying $50, you know, or you know, I know when they say they don't have dedicated servers, they actually do have a server someplace that connects everybody up, and then the guy who has the fastest connection, they give him the go ahead to be the server. So if there's 10 guys playing Call of Duty, there's a server out there will say, okay, John in Connecticut has the fastest ping speed. We'll make him the server for this match. So if John leaves, then it doesn't play the next match. Tommy in Florida, who has the next fastest internet connection, that server will then make him his Xbox, the gaming server. I do think it's wrong that there's not going to be any mods for Call of Duty. I do think Machinima offers a lot to the gaming community for people who are fans of Machinima and just people just like to watch entertainment. And there has been some very good Machinima for Call of Duty 4. You can find it. Some of the stuff's on Machinima on their YouTube account. Some of it's just independently made that you can just search for it. And it does kind of suck that there won't be any Modern Warfare 2 Machinima out there. Some of the Machinima that I saw for Call of Duty, it's really like special ops type of stuff. I mean, it's going to be kind of sad that, if these PC gaming companies start doing that, what does this mean for Machinima? You can see, maybe they should take the approach of how Halo does their Machinima. It's still peer-to-peer, but, people still have the tools to make Machinima. But without having any mods, if people came and play around with the game at all, makes no Machinima, that's a lost advertisement for you guys. So that's my thought on Modern Warfare 2 and its Rage on dedicated servers. All right, guys, take it easy. Bye.